Sam, there's a demonstration here in front of the Colt factory. What's it all about?
So Colt has been selling weapons in violation of U.S. and international law to terrorists in the West Bank. Those guns are being used to kill Palestinian civilians in increasing numbers. We're here to shut that down.
Who do you mean by the terrorists?
So we have documentary and video evidence that Itamar Ben-Gvir has been trafficking guns that are sold to the Israeli police to settlers in the West Bank who are using them to commit acts of terrorism.
Yeah. So how long has this been going on?
We've been here for a month. We have about 4 times as many people as we started with. We're going to keep showing up every Friday until Colt gives up this contract the same way they did in 23.
And what kinds of guns do they sell?
This is the factory where the M4 assault rifle is made. That's the main service weapon of the United States military, and the Israeli army has been switching over to it from their domestic designs. The Israeli arms industry cannot keep up with the demand for death that they've created. They have to arm their army as it commits massacres in Gaza, as well as gangs of terrorists in the West Bank. So they've turned to American suppliers. The U.S. government has been facilitating that and arming those terrorists.
And you mentioned that Colt stopped in, I think you said in the 90s?
In 2023, we had a protest out here. The Biden administration stopped the last shipments of guns to Israel. The Trump administration has started the transfer back up. We're here to stop it.
Now, in watching the reaction of cars passing by, a lot of honks, a lot of thumbs up. Is that typical?
It's been beautiful. The reaction has been almost uniformly positive. People honk, people raise their fists. They, for the most part, didn't know that this factory was here and what they've been doing, but they are instantly supportive of the Palestinian struggle and the anti-war struggle here in the U.S.
What is the future of this protest? Will it continue?
We're not going to stop until this contract ends. We want everybody to come out and join us 4 to 6 every Friday here at 545 New Park Ave.
No more war. Anymore. From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. When Gaza is under attack, what do we do? When Gaza is under attack, what do we do? What do we do?
Stand up, fight back!
What do we do?
Stand up, fight back!
End the occupation now!
End the occupation now!
End the siege on Gaza now!
End the siege on Gaza now!
End the occupation now!
End the occupation now!
End the siege on Gaza now!
End the siege on Gaza now!
There is only one solution!
There is only one solution.
Intifada revolution!
Intifada revolution.
There is only one solution!
There is only one solution!
Intifada revolution!
Intifada revolution.
From Palestine to Mexico,
From Palestine to Mexico!
all the walls have got to go!
All the walls have got to go.
From Palestine to the Philippines,
From Palestine to the Philippines!
stop the U.S. war machine!
Stop
The U.S. war machine.
From New York to Gaza,
From New York to Gaza.
mobilize
All right.
free Palestine!
Derrick, why did you come to this protest? Why are you interested in this issue?
I've been interested in this issue since long before October 7th, and as I've watched over the years the brutality that Israel has shown towards the innocent people of Palestine. It's the most reprehensible thing in my lifetime, except maybe for the Iraq War. And I, in good conscience, as an American who believes in free speech, freedom, and loving your neighbor, have to support any person around the world who's being oppressed at any time. And this is the worst example of that I've seen. So for me, it's harder to not come out here than it is to come out here.
Have you come out several times then?
This is my third time coming here. I've been to a few other protests. But every time I come, my heart feels heavy. And I feel a lot of sadness for the death and destruction, which is by choice. The choice of Israel to do that. It was not a necessity. October 7th was a horrible crime, but the response has been way, way over the top. And at this point, I'm sort of at a loss for words for how, you know, I work with children, and when I think about the trauma for even the children who don't get killed in this, the trauma that every single child in that enclave will be subjected to is just more than my heart can bear, truthfully, and that's why I'm here.
So I understand you're an organizer with one of the groups sponsoring this?
Yep, I'm an organizer with a few groups. I'm with CT Civil Liberties Defense as a coalition, and I'm also part of CT Labor for Palestine as well.
Why not tell us about those groups?
So, Labor for Palestine is a national network, and we're the Connecticut chapter. We are an organization that understands that union labor goes into everything that happens in the economy, and that so much of union labor is what functions under occupation and producing for occupation. So we're in front of Colt. We just had, you know, there's also been a giant protest at Pratt & Whitney that they just had a strike as well. We understand that union power has a lot of sway in what can happen in all these conflicts, and we want to harness the power of workers to help us, and we want workers to understand that they have the power to sway things in the right direction for the good of everyone, including those in Palestine.
Is Colt unionized?
So, I didn't do my research on Colt yet. I was just told to come over here. I have a feeling they are. And they probably, you know, if we could have the Colt union as well, if they went on strike, if they wanted to stop producing for Israel, they could have they could have a strike over this if they really wanted to. And so we want to see our union brethren use that power for the best of everyone. And we want to see them defend Palestinians with their union labor and with their power of strike and to withhold their labor.
And we have heard of unions that have taken job actions for Palestine.
Yeah, absolutely. There's been several unions that have taken action for Palestine, and so we really want to see that reflected in those that are the most closely connected to the conflict in the war industry as well. And that includes Colt, that includes Pratt & Whitney, that includes Lockheed Martin, RTX, all these companies that have union members. We want them to use their union leadership, use their union power, and their, you know, fight with the bank. Money is where everything lies, and so if it suddenly becomes unprofitable to produce for Israel, we would be so much closer to the liberation of Palestine.
Now, you mentioned another organization. Could you say its name again?
Yeah, I'm also an organizer with CT Civil Liberties Defense. We're a broader organization that we collected, you know, between unions, faith leaders, teachers, a lot of different organizations coming together, defending the right to do protests like that behind me, and to defend the right to healthcare, defend the right to unjust imprisonment like we see with Mahmoud Khalil, and so many other activists. We keep hearing more and more people who are swept up either by ICE or by some other organization, by police, anyone with no just cause and with no real fair fight to, you know, to contest their detainment.
I understand you're having an event soon. When is that going to be, and what is it?
So we have an event that's going to be on June 8th. It's going to start around 12, and it's going to be at the New Haven Green, downtown New Haven. And so this event is going to be all these groups coming together for a rally, possibly a march as well. There's going to be tabling of all these organizations as well to spread the good news that they do, and we want to have everyone coming together to understand the power that they have as a collective and what we can do for all of these conflicts, for Palestine, for the U.S. domestically, for healthcare, for unjust imprisonment, for unjust deportation, everything that's been happening lately.
So June 8th, what day of the week is that?
June 8th is going to be on a Sunday.
All right, thanks for talking.
Absolutely, and we'll see you there.
Colt, stop the slaughter!
Gaza must have food and water!
Gaza must have food and water!
Hey, Colt, stop the slaughter!
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 Gaza must have food and water.
Gaza must have food and water.
Hey, Colt, stop the slaughter.
Hey, Colt, stop the slaughter.
Money for jobs and education.
Money for jobs and education.
Not for crimes and occupation.
Not for crimes and occupation.
Gaza must